Okay, welcome back. Now in this section what we're going to do is we're going to learn the shapes of the pentatonic scale. There's 5 shapes altogether and they're named according to the major scale. So there's a root, 2, 3, 5, and 6. Those are the names of the patterns. Now in a lot of books and other courses you may see that people teach 5 names for the major pentatonic shapes and 5 names for the minor. What I do instead is I just name the pentatonic shapes according to the major scale, and then I give those 2 functions, a major function and a minor function. Because in reality, all you've got to do is play those in 2 different positions on the neck, and you're going to get a major and a minor tonality out of it. So what we're going to do here is look in the key of C. Together, what we're going to wind up with is having C major and C minor in one position on the neck. So it'll be like this. We'll have right around this area right here, we'll have a major sound and a minor sound happening. Like that. And we're going to be looking at that in more details in just a minute. So the first thing that we have here is called the 5th shape. We call it the 5th shape because it's the C major pentatonic scale starting on G. So let me play that for you. You've got G, A, C, D, E, G, A, C, D, E, G, and A again. You can play that with any fingering you want. I switch fingerings up on this sometimes. All right, there we go. So that's the 5th shape. And there's 5 of these all together. There's one that starts on the root note of the scale, which is C. There's one that starts on D, which we call the 2nd shape, because that's the 2nd note. Another one starts on E, which is the 3rd shape. And then we have the 5th shape starting on G, and the 6th shape starting on A. Now there's no 4 and there's no 7, and that's because we took the major scale and you take the 4 and 7 out, what you're left with is a pentatonic. So by nature of the scale itself, there is no 4, there is no 7. All right. So don't let that confuse you at all. I know a lot of books, when they name the pentatonics, they just name them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, those numbers don't mean anything except the order that the shapes occur in. My names actually mean something. So when we say 5th shape, if you're in the key of C, then you know that's going to tell you where it's located. It's going to tell you that's starting on G. Now, I'm going to show you a shortcut to do that. You're not going to have to think about those root notes or those notes in the scale to be able to figure out where to play this. That would take quite a bit of thinking if you had to do that for all 12 keys. I'm going to show you a very simple shortcut in just a little bit, and in fact in our next lesson we're going to look at that. But right now, let's concentrate on understanding how to play the pentatonic in 2 different positions so that we can take one shape and give it a major sound and a minor sound. And then at the end of this, what we're going to wind up with is 2 shapes in one location on the neck. A major location or a major shape, and then a shape that's giving us the minor sound of that location. But the point of playing in one location like this is we're learning what's called positional playing. Playing in a position is really a great way to learn because you're going to be able to play through all 3 chords of the blues harmony right in one position. And we're going to do this in 5 different positions on the neck throughout the course. So at the end of that, you're going to be able to go up and down the neck anywhere you want. But it's really, the way to learn that properly is to learn it in one position at a time. That's what I mean by position. We're talking about learning in one area like this right here. This 4 fret area, that's a position. So this is that 5th shape right there, played in that position of the neck. So that's what we mean. We're going to play the 5th shape there, and then we're going to jump down and we're going to play another shape in that location, and we're just going to stay in that one spot and play through all 3 blues chords. All right, but before we get into that, let's just take a look at this one shape and how it's major and then where we move it to create a minor sound.